Hey everyone, it's Raj from 3CB Performance. Today's topic is CP3's grade 2 left hamstring tear, which he injured against Miami. You can see the video here if you haven't seen it, and he immediately came up grabbing at it. So he's been diagnosed with a grade 2 tear. There's 3 grades of a hamstring tear in general. The grade 2 is a partial tear. And with this tear, you can have some pretty gnarly bruising. Now, let's think about the mechanism of injury or the immediate reason why it happened. And there's 4 different reasons here. The first is what's known as eccentric stress on the hamstring. Whenever that lead leg is swinging through, the hamstring has to lengthen while contracting to control that leg. An analogy for that is a biceps curl. Whenever you're slowly lowering a curl, that's eccentric stress. The second reason why it happened here is due to the fact that whenever you take a bigger step, like during acceleration, there's increased lengthening and tension on the hamstrings. Thirdly, whenever you're bending over at the waist or trunk flexion, the hamstrings are actually attached to the hip. So the hip rolls upwards, which then again lengthens and increases tension on the hamstrings. And then fourthly, with any change of direction, because the hamstrings are attached both at the knee and at the hip, they're also involved in stabilization. So I guess that's increased stress. Typically, the return to play is about 2 to 3 weeks, and the team has said he'll be reevaluated in about 2 weeks. Now, there's a huge risk of re-injury moving forward. About 30% of people re-injure it within the first 2 months, and there's a 3x increased chance for the full year. Now, CP3 himself has numerous risk factors. Firstly, his previous injury, which is the biggest indicator for future injury. Secondly, is age. Research shows that risk increases by nearly 30% year over year. Thirdly is what's called compensatory injury, where if you have other lower extremity injuries, it's going to lead to compensation and potential injury in other areas. Fourthly is the fact that playing basketball is a high-risk sport for hamstrings because of the starting and stopping, a lot of running volume. And so for those reasons, re-injury really wouldn't surprise me. So that does it for this topic. You can always find me on Instagram or Twitter at 3CB Performance, or check out my clinical site, 3cbperformance.com.